Well, 2 days ago, the Democrats had a pretty much a sweep on all the elections that happened. All right, and I'm gonna get into it because I believe this is what to expect for Republicans moving forward and what actually happened. So, one of the main ones I'm going to talk about was the New Jersey election, which I thought was going to be way closer. The Attorney General election in Virginia and the NYC election. All right, I believe these are the three big ones, and these are the biggest ones I can actually talk about for a certain amount of time. I'm gonna start with New Jersey. So the New Jersey election was actually not as close as I thought it was gonna be. I thought Mickey Sherrill was probably gonna win, but by like 3 points, or not even 3 points, like a couple points, like 1 point or 2 points. Like it was gonna be a really neck to neck race. Clearly, it wasn't. Clearly, Chiavarelli got just being up. Dude, it was 56-43, and he lost by 250,000 votes. I did not. I just didn't expect this. Dude, he had Fox News covering for him. He had Scott Pressler there. He had everybody who knew about this election, how this is going to be a close election in a blue state, and I didn't expect it to be this close. Oh my bad, to be this far. It just wasn't expected. Now to say it is a safe blue state. I can't lie. It is a safe blue state. The state I live in, not it's safe. It's always been a Democratic stronghold. So to say that it was just gonna flip, right? Was really it was really gonna be like a big thing because Democrats lead against Republicans like over like 800,000 more registrators and independents. You have so for Chiavarelli to win, you had to win every single independent vote or almost every single independent vote, right, and every single Republican vote, and then switch some Democrats to Republicans. So he had to pull up a major upset, which was really unlikely. Again, I didn't think it would be that far. Really, I just didn't think it would be that far. Um, it it was sad watching it. I went into it. I'm like, yeah, Chivalry's got a chance, man. I'm like, I should have put money on this. Like, this is crazy. Cal Street's like underestimating Jack Chiavarelli. It turned out that betting markets are usually 99% right, and it's really hard to get those betting markets right. The only one couple times betting markets were wrong was like almost 10 years ago with Trump and Clinton. Um, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. It was really bad. Now, one major part I think that played into this big of a deficit in New Jersey, right, was the Trump endorsement. Right now, Trump almost won New Jersey by 5%, which was really weird to think about. Now, Joe Biden won that state by 11 points, which is normal because again, it's a Democratic state. I live in a Democratic state. I hate it, but it's Democrat, right? But Trump's endorsement didn't help, right? It actually hurt Jack Chiavarelli compared to actually helping because mainly, I mean, Trump almost won the South, right? The South switched on Chiavarelli. The South switched on Chiavarelli, right? Which was so weird to think about, right? It was really weird, really weird, right? Because there's like usually this Democratic wall, the blue wall, where you have to beat, right? And I didn't expect it. I didn't expect the South to switch. Usually, the South is really blood red, but I mean, it happens. My heart goes out to that guy. That guy put every last bit of campaigning and everything. He had everything. He had Fox News, Scott Pressler, media coverage. I mean, that guy has to feel like a failure. Honestly, he's not. He did a great job. I just think either Republicans didn't go out the show. A lot of Republicans left, right? A lot of Republicans left the party, and a lot of Republicans left for Florida, right? Which is understandable. Florida's like the best state in the United States, which is like one of the states I plan on moving to. But yeah, dude, this was really hard to deal with, especially living in New Jersey. Um, and yeah, I just didn't think it would be this far. I thought Twitter really had a really good chance of winning. And flipping this state to be a kind of a purple state. Clearly, it shows that we're still a safe Democratic state, and it's probably not going to move in the near future, and definitely not in the next 20 years. Now, New Jerseyans, what to expect from this election? She's proven that she has no plan. I mean, you watch her debates, you watch her interviews. She just doesn't give plans. She doesn't answer questions. Right? I have no confidence in her at all. Now, I hope that she runs the state as best as she can. right? But I don't see this being good at all, right? She hasn't gave any plans. You voted mindlessly for someone that is proven to have no plans at all, right? And she's not a great candidate. She was never a good candidate, right? But yeah, I mean, dude, this is sad, right? This could be the same thing as Phil Murphy, which Phil Murphy sucked, right? I mean, Phil Murphy prices went crazy up, right, under Phil Murphy. Parental rights completely tarnished, and they care more about pronouns than actual expenses, right? You care more about like expense pronouns than actual expenses. Taxes are gonna get raised even more probably. I just again I don't think she's gonna be great at all, right? She's not gonna be great. Phil Murphy was like an F to me, right? He hasn't done anything good. But another thing to expect is when New Jersey's just not doing great, they're gonna blame everything on Trump. Just get ready. All the Democrats blame everything on Trump, right? They always do. Even when it has nothing to do with Trump. Trump is just doing his own thing in the White House. He's solving 10 wars, trying to fix his economy that Joe Biden effed up. They're going to blame it on Trump. They're going to say Trump did this, Trump did that, right? Instead of actually addressing the problems that New Jersey has, right? High costs, education is going down as we speak. I mean, we went down. We went from like number 2 in education, number 11, and depending on what source you look at. I mean, our third graders, I think like almost 45% of third graders in our state can't read at grade level or do math at grade level, right? So yeah, you say like our education is great, but not for the youth, right? Our parental rights are gonna go down the throat, right? Down the throat, and they're gonna blame Trump. They're gonna blame Trump on everything, right? Even though Trump's doing a pretty good job, right? They're gonna blame him on everything, right? And this is gonna make it more of a blue state. I don't see any like after this election. I thought like maybe I don't think he has any chance of winning at all. Yeah, this has really hurt the midterms now. It doesn't. This is a blue state, and it kind of gonna stay a blue state. I mean, we're dumb enough to elect a person that has no idea what she's gonna do, besides just copy what Phil Murphy does. She's the Kamala Harris of New Jersey, and she has no plan. Now this one, the Attorney General election of Virginia, where Democratic nominee Jay Jones won. I can't even get into this. Like this is scary. This is generally scary, right? If people say we're MAGA's a cult, you guys voted for somebody that wishes his mother witnessed her kids die and him to die, right? In their mother's arm. You know how sick that is? Generally. You know how sick that is, right? And he said, you have the Austrian painter and Pol Pot and Gilbert. And he said you have 2 bullets. You're going to put 2 bullets into Gilbert. I mean, this guy is generally evil, and they voted him because he has D next to it. There's Democrat. They will always vote for Democrat, no matter who it is. I mean, we saw with the Muslim socialist or Muslim communist, he got elected. There, this guy who just said the most evil things, right? Or it's the most evil things, right, about his opponent, right? And he still voted him. You know how crazy that is? Genuinely. That proves that Democrats can say anything about Republicans, anything about political adversaries, and will still vote for them because that's literally what a cult is. Now I'm not saying the Democratic Party is a cult, but it's really leaning towards a cult, right? Especially when they call us a cult, you can throw this right back in their face, right? You cannot defend this. All right, this is brainwashing at its finest, dude. This is generally brainwashing at its finest, right? The fact that people vote for this guy, and also they didn't even take Cory Booker, right? This a failure of a congressman, right? A failure, and the Virginia governor who won, right? New Virginia governor didn't take away their endorsement, but they're trying to stop political violence. We're trying to stop political violence, but we're still supporting this. We're still endorsing this guy. Evil, generally evil. And Michael Knowles had a great quote, right? Michael Knowles, I was on Instagram after the election, right? It's like in a horrible mood, right? And I look at Michael Knowles' Instagram, and he posted This is proof that Democrats want nothing more than to see Republicans dead. They're animals. They are. They generally are. Michael Knowles couldn't say this any better. Right? Couldn't say this any better. This is generally evil. This is scary. This is really scary for the future that Democrats are really just brainwashed, right? And they're talking about, I just had a person in my comment section, if you look at my first video, talking about how, like, if you don't vote Democrat, this might be your last chance to vote. Generally, the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You can see by this video, Democrats have no filter. They don't care about anything besides just having them in power, right? And will call you fascist in all extents and wish that your kids die and you die so people can go to his opinions more. Generally, the evilest thing I've ever seen in my life, or one of the most evilest things I've ever seen in my life, especially after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Public execution, pretty much. Yeah, this is crazy, right? The Democrats went from celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination, right? Then saying his wife isn't actually mourning and it was inside on it, which is generally just so evil, right? To say, well, she's not sobbing in tears, so she's faking it. Are you behind the scenes? Do you see it? Do you know what's going on behind the scenes? No, I wouldn't. I don't think so. People grieve in so many different ways, right? There's not just one way of grieving when sobbing your eyes out. People grieve in different ways. People grieve in anger. People just grieve in just acting differently, right? People grieve mentally in silence. That's probably what she's doing. You don't know exactly how she's grieving, but she's definitely grieving. And to say that she was inside of it, or she doesn't care, she's happy, it's crazy, right? It's really crazy. And now they voted for somebody who is just evil and wants their adversary to die, right? And now they selected a socialist, which I'm about to get into, and this is going to be a pretty long one because this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. They elect a Muslim communist in New York City. Um, Stupid, so stupid, right? So I want to say this, right? If you're ever debating a socialist or a communist, tell them how has it worked. Why do I know Cubans are coming to America for no reason, right? They're making boats out of plastic things, surviving shark attacks. I mean, you could read actual or witness accounts of actual things that were happening. They were running to America, because America's just better. Like, capitalism is always better than communism. It's always been proven, right? I mean, Venezuela's doing great, right? Venezuela's doing really good, right? They're not eating their pets. They're eating their pets because they just feel like eating their pets, right? Because they just, they're totally not starving, right? China. I mean, China's becoming more capitalist to the day. I mean, look at the richest parts of China. It's capitalist, right? So when has socialism ever worked? Never. USSR collapsed, right? The USSR collapsed. Socialism never works, and you guys voted it, right? He admitted that he's a socialist, so saying he's not a socialist is fabrication. He is a socialist. He admitted he's a socialist, right? He's gonna tax the 1%. My estimate is the GDP is gonna really, really suffer from this, right? Because when you lose half of your personal income tax, or 48% of your income tax, right? Over 15% of the billionaires, and 50%, so 30% of the rich top 1% is leaving for different states, right? Probably Florida, which is, first of all, making Florida even better of a state because they're making more money now because more people are going there, right? And making New York City a horrible state because New York City is gonna just really, really gonna get broke. I think it might be a 1975 bankruptcy again because those taxes are gonna fall on the middle class now when the top 1% ain't gonna stay there, right? So this is my estimation that GDP is gonna really tank, right? But GDP growth is gonna really tank, right? I don't even see it being at 2% now. Next is the free buses problem, right? Here's the thing about free buses. First of all, I think you know this quote: "Free, no such thing as free," and this is gonna prove it, right? He's already asking for money. He's already asking for money. You can watch one of his clips. He's already asking for money. The fact is, um, it's not going to work, right? First of all, they become a full-time homeless shelter, right? All because they did 5 buses as a thing. Imagine doing that for 4 years. People are going to take advantage of that. People are going to take advantage of the free buses, and there's going to be a whole back of just homeless people staying in the back of the buses. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I can't believe people voted for this, right? It's so stupid. Same with subways, right? He wants to put the homeless people in the subways, in the subway places, right? Curtis Sliwa said this best. The air sucks in there. There's rats, cockroaches, bugs. It's disgusting. The air is disgusting in there. And he wants people to go in there and that be their homeless shelter, right? People piss in there, right? People do their bathroom business in there. It's not gonna work, right? And the fact that you didn't vote for Curtis Wheeler, a guy who literally was brave enough to go on those subways in the 1970s and 80s, and you guys vote Zohar Mandabi, who has no experience at all. It's crazy to me, right? You don't expect any of these promises to be met, right? The affordability is gonna go down. No, it's not. It's not. You're gonna tax more, which is, I guess, maybe prices will go down, but they're not. They're not, right? It's not gonna happen. He didn't openly announce Sharia law, which if you don't know what Sharia law is, I'm gonna give you a brief. You know what's happening in Afghanistan? That's what Sharia law is, right? He didn't openly announce it. Prices are not gonna go down. Free and fast buses are not gonna be good, right? All this stuff is just not gonna work, right? He wants to tax whiter neighborhoods more, which is, it sounds a little off. So overall, I don't feel bad when their city collapses, because I'm telling you their city's gonna collapse, because socialism can never work. It's never gonna work, right? Socialism is never gonna work, right? I don't feel bad. I'm not gonna feel bad. Just quote this video in 5 years from now or 4 years from now, all right? When it's worse than what De Blasio did to it, right? I mean, New York City had actually a good rolling of governors. I mean, you have Giuliani, who just completely fixed it up. I mean, saying Republican policies can't work is so eyewash. It's crazy. But yeah, I just can't believe we actually in 2025 we have a communist running our biggest city. It's not gonna work. I don't feel bad for those people there, and I will not. And I hope their city just tanks, because it's gonna. All right, and they're gonna regret voting for him. And I can even see it turning red after this. I can even see them turning red, right? Because Zohar Madabi's not gonna do anything good. All right, this is my summary of all this. I'm really worried about the midterms. The midterms really matter, because if Trump loses the House, he's gonna get attacked. He might even get impeached. Right? He doesn't deserve to get impeached. I think he's a great president. He's doing a pretty good job. Right? You gotta give him. He's only been 200 days, and the media is so fast to judge him. Like, oh my gosh, inflation's not down. Oh my gosh, right? He's not doing anything. Right? He's got his foreign stuff handled. Right? The price of oil is already down. Right? He's got the foreign stuff handled. So wait till he comes here and already fixes the economy. I mean, dude, it's gotta be he's gonna get the economy cranking by June of next year, and once he does, hopefully the midterm goes in our way. But that's what matters more. I'm not so completely surprised. I kind of saw this coming, but yeah. Anyways, hope you guys get something from this video. God bless.